Salutations everybody, it is Maddie here today, explaining the leveling system within Fallout 76. I personally found this a huge omission from the Bethesda E3 showcase, but through the NoClip documentary, which I will have linked in the description down below, it's the making of Fallout 76, please check it out. It will make you feel a lot better about this game, I promise you. But anyway, within this documentary, they explain the leveling system, and I wanted to translate that into a video here and go a little more in depth on it with my thoughts. For starters, we see the leveling system on display with the special points that were to be expected. We did see this in the initial reveal of Fallout 76, although that was within the vault. In this part of the gameplay of NoClip, we see they are applying special points, but the background doesn't look like a general intro area. I believe this was a demo area for Danny O'Dwyer and his team to see certain mechanics in the works, so I'm not sure exactly when you will be allocating those special points, but the special system is naturally returning. I think it's hard to imagine a Fallout game without it, but with so much changing, before this game we weren't saying, oh, I can imagine Fallout with multiplayer, so just to confirm, yes, there is the special system, and we actually find out the changes coming to certain special stats, as well as some of the perks in this game. So I'll be listing the description for the special stats in Fallout 76, and then comparing them to Fallout 4, which was Bethesda Game Studios' previous iteration of Fallout. It starts off with Charisma, which in Fallout 76, you share higher point perk cards. Rewards from group missions are better, and also the prices go down when bartering. Compared to Fallout 4, where Charisma replaced the speech skill and strictly governed your persuasion, and also it helped distinguish some trade prices. Now, you're probably raising an eyebrow on the higher point perk cards and what the hell that is. I'll get into that in a little bit, but for now, let's talk about perception, which in Fallout 76, it ups your awareness of nearby enemies, the ability to detect stealthy movement, and VATS accuracy, whereas in Fallout 4, it's VATS accuracy, lockpicking, and steal attempts. So very subtle changes in that one. Lastly, what we saw in the documentary was intelligence, which in Fallout 76 affects your ability to hack terminals, the condition/durability of items you craft, and the return you get from scrapping. Meanwhile, in Fallout 4, it really was a strange change to it, as it was mainly an XP multiplier, and also it reduced the amount of words on screen during hack. So yes, Fallout 76 has brought a lot of drastic changes to the special system. I imagine strength will largely be the same, of melee damage, impact, as well as your carry limit for your character. Now let's get into those perk cards I was talking about. These are pretty much the same thing as the perks in Fallout 4. You can rank them up, and they're based off how many points you put into those special stats. So let's say I have the charisma of 5, I can access up to level 5 perk cards for my charisma, and they actually show us some charisma perk cards. So it starts off with inspirational, which when on a team, you and the team get an extra 5 experience points. Like I said, you can upgrade these so it can go up to 10, 15, 20%. There's also Lone Wanderer for those who are trying to play the game alone. Mind you, you can't play offline just by yourself, and you take 10% less damage and also gain 10% action point regeneration. Lastly, there is Vampire, which is a pretty cool perk in my opinion, as it makes blood packs able to satisfy your thirst. Since Fallout 76 is going to have a lot of survival mechanics, this can be useful. They don't radiate you, and also they heal 50% more. Now, the way these perk cards work is you can select a limited amount of them, and you can swap them out whenever you want for new ones to pretty much respec your character on the fly. You can also share these perk cards within a party, so pretty much the idea behind this leveling system is to give you and your team the ability to fit different play styles and work together. I think the next set of perk cards kind of highlight exactly what I mean by that. There's First Aid, which allows you to heal 10% more, which you can also upgrade. There's the Hacker perk card, which adds +1 to your hacking skill, which that kind of confused me. I wonder if there are skills systems tied into the perk cards. How exactly that works, we're currently unsure of. And then there's a brand new perk card called Makeshift Warrior, which makes melee weapons 30% less likely to break, and they are cheaper to repair. As for the Hacker upgrade, it also reduces the amount of lockout time, and then there's Concentrated Fire with its set of upgrades, which every VATS attack gains 10, 15, and 20% of accuracy and damage. That's pretty much all that the documentary gave us in the terms of information on the leveling system, so I believe it's as simple as getting your experience as you kill enemies, which we've seen in the game. Then you level up, you pick a perk card, you assign it to your character, and then you build from there for the missions that you're going on with your friends or by yourself. I do appreciate to some extent the flexibility of this leveling system because, for example, one day I can be a nomad making trades with everyone, and then the next day I can go out and try to PvP and augment my perk cards to something along those lines. The only thing that kind of concerns me is once people find the best way to build your character, everyone's going to build that character the same way instead of building into one play style and fortifying that so that you're going to have your world populated with a certain amount of traders, and your world's going to be populated with those people who are constantly trying to kill you, and maybe even people who are cooperative and want to work with you on these group missions, which were actually mentioned within this same documentary. Considering there is the mention of a hacking skill, I don't know if this means exactly that we are going to have skills back in some way, shape, or form. I will cross my fingers for that because, like I said, I think this can diversify some builds for players out there. But overall, it seems that the leveling system has been augmented to lean on teamwork. Once again, I get why. I expected a different approach to the leveling system. I just personally feel, especially after seeing the documentary on the making of Fallout 76, a lot of these ideas I want to get my hands on, because while I'm cautious with how I feel about the game itself, I think it does have the potential to be very fun, and I like the idea of playing with my friends and building my character out in a specific way to help the team and also to impact other people's worlds. But those are just my thoughts and the information that we have obtained on the leveling system in Fallout 76. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this in the comments down below. I'm going to be digging through this documentary more and trying to make more videos on the content provided there. So a big thanks to Danny O'Dwyer and his team for bringing to light some really important information for Fallout 76. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this leveling system in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. Those links are in the description down below, along with my Patreon. Do consider supporting that as it fuels all the content we create here. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.